Okay, let's see now. Testing, testing. What's happening with the mic? Something's happening with my mic, so hold on 1 second. Put output. Is it the mic or is it the earpiece? Sound quality was like really excellent before. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it works when you turn the speaker up, when you turn the sound up. Okay, guys, thanks for bearing with me. Just technical difficulties sometimes. It's just the way it is. Okay, so guys, tonight we have on our second episode of Solutions Live, we're going to have a special guest co-host, and she is an amazing, phenomenal woman. She is a mother. She is a wife. She is a doula. She is a videographer and filmmaker. She's awesome. She's a writer. She's well experienced in so many different things. I don't know. I can't even list all of the things that she's got going on, but she's such a busy lady. And I'm so excited to have her on this show this evening. For those of you who don't know, Solutions is the show that's about us minding our own business. This is for us minding our own business. When I say us, I mean the people with this color skin and the people who look like me. So this show is geared towards us Black folks and Black Muslims and the challenges that we may face day to day within our households, our communities, at work, school, things like that. And the purpose is to walk away with solutions. Many times we discuss all of our problems and challenges and losses, but we do not discuss the solutions. So let's now empower ourselves by teaching each other, by sharing with each other, by moving and motivating each other to come up with some solutions so that we can fix ourselves. And perhaps the generations that come after us will be better than those of us now and those who were before us. So now we're just having a little technical difficulties with getting our guest co-hosts on the screen. And I truly mean this, if anybody knows, because we're using our laptops and usually I'm using the phone. And if you go live on your phone and if you've ever on your laptop, then you would know there's a total difference in the two and how you set it up. Totally different. So we are working on that. One of the things that we wanted to discuss today is there's a film called Black versus Birth. And actually the filmmaker, she said you can't bring people in on the laptop. Yeah, she said we can't. Yeah. And I can see you and I can hear you on the laptop. Yeah, she said we can't. A sister just said you can't bring people on a laptop, which is ridiculous. It didn't even pop up. So if you're on your phone, can you? They're laughing at me. Gosh. So if you're on your phone, I wonder if you can still request from your phone, and I could just. I took off Facebook off my phone because I got hacked. So I can't even get on my phone. Oh, so that's why you're on a laptop. We are just a hot mess. Oh, it's okay. If they can hear me, you can ask me whatever you want. Okay, so that's what I could do. I can use the phone and just turn the volume up and they can hear you. She said you can't. Okay. So I'm going to turn you down on my laptop because you're behind. I can hear the feedback. Let me do that. Okay.
That is because I'm hearing myself talking to you on the laptop.
And you are nice and loud and clear because I have a mic. So I'm pretty sure everybody listening can hear you clear. No, they said, alhamdulillah, look, they looking out. Good looking out, Sakina. She said, we can hear her clear. We can hear her, alhamdulillah. All right. So then we will not see the most beautiful Miss Janay Muhammad tonight, but we will all hear her. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for co-hosting with me tonight, Janay. Can you say something to our audience out there so they know you're with us?
I'm with you. Peace, love, and blessings. I hope everyone is having a good evening. We are having a very interesting, complicated, but blessed one. Certainly so.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So,
you already introduced me. You said all the things that I
but
tried to do.
Please add to it. Let us know. What did I miss?
Aside from trying to mother 3, homeschool 3, help my husband in his business, be a good cook and a cleaner, and we just moved. all the good stuff that comes with being. Oh, and I'm Black. That's a whole other
good stuff.
Thing.
Good stuff. That's important. Being Black, that's the important part. So tonight, guys, we were having some technical difficulties with the YouTube channel and things like that. So just bear with us tonight. Our live show will be here on YouTube. On Facebook. And we're going to figure this out because there's been a lot of craziness with the normal streaming site that I use. And so we were using YouTube, and now YouTube is crazy. So now I'm back on Facebook. So just bear with me. We'll get this thing stable sooner rather than later, inshallah. Meanwhile, let's discuss this docu-film. So there's this docu-film called Birth V.S. Black, and I really wanted to share the screen and show you guys the preview. However, it seems like that's going to be a whole task because when I clicked on it, Facebook began to open up a separate page and ask me 20 questions. So
it's a 4 to 5 minute clip on birth-v.s.black.com that they can see.
Okay, and we're gonna wait a minute. Black versus, are you, or still the VS?
www.birth, black.com, and they can see the clip there. And there's some other information that we have not updated, but nothing has really changed. So they can go see the things and contact us too.
Okay, awesome. So I feel like somebody's grandma, like I should have had glasses on. So guys, I just put it in the comments. So make sure you click on that link right there. There it is. Birth V.S. Black. I think I kept saying it the other way around. I'm pretty sure I said it the other way around quite a few times. My apologies for that. So can you tell us a little bit about that? I mean, I hope you guys go and check out the clip, because when you see that clip, it's only a few minutes, but it's really intense. And it really is one of those previews to a movie that makes you feel like, oh man, I gotta really see that. So tell us a little bit more about that. What's the plot? What's it about?
Well, hopefully people don't mind waiting. You can actually put it on for life. So it is about Black infant mortality, mainly, but in our research and our traveling, it became about Black infant and maternal health. And how Black babies and Black mothers are dying at high rates, and all of the babies and mothers, and why. And, there are a lot of, because we started in 2016, in June of 2016, and at the time, there were a lot of birth workers and people of color getting into the field of birth work, but since then, it has surged, like skyrocketed. There are so many Molly, can you turn the music off, please? Thank you. My daughter likes to party, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, but it seems like there has been a surge. But, for instance, in my state, there are more women of color birth workers. However, the disparities are growing. So white women's infant mortality rates, maternal mortality rates are going down, but Black women aren't. And that's a national thing. The disparities are growing. So as I see groups growing, I'm noticing nothing is changing, but there are conferences and there are more women out there doing things. So we kind of had to take a step back and look at what's actually happening and realize how grand of a scale we're affected and why Black women and babies are dying. So we had to really look at history from slavery to Reconstruction. Thank you. She really wants to come out here and dance. Okay. To how Black people live on a daily basis, to how we treat each other in our own houses, and how all of that affects us, to where we're living. So we are actually having trouble fitting all of that information into one film. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. The Black experience in general is a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know if I covered what Birth versus Black is about. I hope so, in that little bit that I said. But it was just it's so much that I'm not sure if I can go into detail in all the aspects just on this show alone. Yeah,
it gets really deep. Last week we had a brother on the air, Brother Knowledge. We had him on, and he actually was talking about like the purpose or what he felt like the purpose of midwives and home birth was to him. And it was kind of interesting having a man promote it and support it and advocate for it. It was actually his decision to do that topic last week, in fact. So that was, so this is great because it's a great addition to what we discussed last week, and now kind of getting it more of the women's point of view or the birth workers' point of view of what happens. There are so many different issues.
There are so many different issues.
And so many things to tackle when it comes to our Black babies in the hospital, or even some of the birth centers, to be honest with you, that are not owned by us. So we face so many challenges with that, and then we become birth workers, and we say, okay, let me begin to tackle some of those issues by being a birth worker and putting my hands directly in this pot, and then we find out that there's more soup than we can eat. You know what I mean?
Exactly. We actually started doing the documentary for simple research to just find out what was going on and what was happening. It was maybe a year after I became a doula. My daughter was 2. So at the time I had 1 2-year-old. Now I have 3 children. But that's what it started as. You know, we were just looking for information. We were going around cold interviewing people, asking them what they knew about infant mortality. Did they know that Black women and Black babies were dying at higher rates? And we were getting answers like, I didn't know that, from all colors.
Right.
That they didn't know. One woman said she didn't understand because we're all the same on the inside. But the fact that we're dying at higher rates for stuff, for instance, the fact that we're dying at higher rates for breast cancer, when we get breast cancer at lower rates than white women, is proof that there is something different on the inside of us. Yeah. But that is what we started at, doing research. So the more, each month, the more we learned, the more we had to document, the more people we had to contact. It is overwhelming. And then listening, so we've contacted mothers to tell us their stories, of infant loss. And on the film itself, we have 4, but we actually listened to more than 4 stories. I think it was maybe, I want to say, there's like 3 of them were phone interviews. Maybe 8 or 9 that were willing to talk to us, and there were a couple that were willing to talk to us, but it was so painful that they ended up canceling their interview.
Wow.
And everybody's story was different. Some of them happened there was one sister who lost her baby at a hospital where Black babies were dying at alarming rates with this one particular hospital in Arkansas. That I'm surprised weren't sued, because the women there weren't being treated properly.
Right.
There were women who told us their story because they weren't being monitored for preeclampsia, and they had preeclampsia. There were women who were telling us stories about how it was just, most of it had to do with neglect.
Yeah.
And it was usually neglect at hospital. Now, me personally, I have never had a baby at hospital. So I don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
Because I had an awesome midwife my first time,
Hey.
I'm not going to throw her name out there.
Hey.
But if y'all are interested, her name is Aishia. Anyway, I don't know that. But everyone's story at some point in time had to do with neglect, either before or after the baby passed. Because we even had a baby mother who talked to us about her baby dying from SID, and how she was treated by the police after her baby passed away. But it's just so much surrounding. Sorry, my husband's laughing. Are you sure that? Oh. Y'all know I got a 2-month-old. I thought he was feeding her soup.
Oh.
He's not. I just looked over and saw him laughing. Yeah, but the proof is in the pudding. We are definitely different. We have gone through different things. And like Dr. Joy DeGruy, who I just got her book, said, Black people are a miracle. Have gone through all the things that we have gone through and are still here today.
Oh, absolutely. That's for sure. Man.
It's insane. And I'm still trying to figure out how to put it all in one documentary.
Well, it's okay if you have to have a docu-series,
We were thinking about that and just putting it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Put it on Facebook. I'm thinking about that heavily. Because there's like a whole portion about slavery and what birth is like during slavery. And I believe there is a book that I do not recall the name of, but I have it in here somewhere, where they talk about black women during slavery, because other women say, right? But when they talked about slavery and how Black women were treated, and obviously, we have no feelings, we don't feel pain, etc. Right. So of course we were experimented on during our labors, during the birth. The babies were experimented on. The babies were dying at alarming rates because they couldn't drink the breast milk. That's one set of trauma. Then we're free from slavery, and you have constant fear. It's almost like we've been in a constant fear since we've come on this continent up until now. So imagine that stress from landing on this continent. Yeah. Going through generations and generations and generations, just building up. So you got a mommy who's stressed, a daddy who's stressed, because dad is very important as well. With bringing a seed into a stressful environment, which typically is the womb, because we stress, and then we give birth to a baby into another stressful environment, looking at people who are foreign to them, who don't have the same genetic makeup that we do, yanking them from our loins. I don't even know. Yeah. I would have to show y'all, which is why we decided to put it on film.
Yeah. I mean, already I'm like, yes, make it a docu-series. I'm definitely, because it's so much to it. There's, first of all, you went into a lot, and like you said, you can't just sum it up with a few minutes. So there's so many sections to that I feel like all of it needs to be heard. All of it needs to be covered. I would definitely support that, and I think it's needed to have that docu-series like that so the people can really understand for real what has happened and is still happening to us when we're giving birth, and how it's affecting our children, how it has affected us, how it has affected our mothers and fathers, in order for many of us to be able to make a change, we need to know what's happening, what is affecting us in order for us to change, So
that's the scary thing, though, you think about it, because it's the answer to that, or at least the conclusion that we came to, is going to make a lot of people unhappy.
Yeah.
I make a lot of people unhappy because unity is key, but we can't unify with everybody.
And that's the truth. Yeah.
So I'm a little nervous and talking to you about it because y'all know I went into a hermit while I was pregnant because I had trouble editing the content while being pregnant. It just put a little bit of stress on me, so I had to stop.
Yeah.
But now that she's here, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
Because we gotta. What's the next move?
Right.
My period of hermit has come to an end. So where are we going next?
Right.
Who do we need to contact, or do we even need to contact anybody? Put it out there.
Yeah. Well,
but for anyone who's interested, we're currently working on music to put with the documentary because you can't have. At the end of the day, it is you need to be entertaining. So that is where we are. We have finished interviewing. Everybody has said a lot. We've interviewed. I guess we could start in Philadelphia out there. We interviewed Sister Aishia Muhammad. We interviewed Dr. Joya Prayer Perry. We interviewed Dr. Arthur J. There are names that are escaping me. And there's a person's face. Oh, Jessica Roach. Michonne Carver, and we traveled from New Orleans, Florida, Boston, trying to get information, Ohio. So it was a lot of work put into it. So we can't quit. It's a matter of how much information and at what point of time we're trying to get that information out there.
Yeah. It's worth it. It's going to be. It's going to be worth every single moment and all the travel and I'm sure all of the editing and re-editing, all of it is so going to be worth it. And I hope and pray that that the value and the lessons are actually received well from the people because that's what they need,
Yeah,
for sure.
Your little person, she's coming to eat.
Yes, I hear. And that that kind of takes us into the next part of what we're going to talk about tonight is actually Black moms with businesses. Before we get into that, a couple quick little messages that I want to give out. One is, guys, we want to notify you ladies and gentlemen, because for the guys who have wives, sisters, mothers, daughters, of the Natural Birth, Natural Body Conference, which is coming up May 17th through May 19th this year. The Natural Birth, Natural Body Conference is an all-women's conference, and it is designed to educate and enlighten and bring unity and all kinds of information to the women who are this color. This is a conference that is very Muslim friendly. And it is not just about natural birth. Remember, the title is Natural Birth, Natural Body. So we're we're having workshops on all kinds of things like the Black woman beauty image, stress relief, and we'll have workshops. We have African dance workshops, and we have belly dance workshops, and then we talk about finances, and we talk about how to uplift yourself and how to get yourself going, how to keep yourself motivated, how to rear the children. And then of course we have topics on birth and breastfeeding and C-sections and home birth and how to know which choices to make, and vaccinating versus not vaccinating, and all of these different topics. We just cover so many different things. We may or may not have a child care set up this year. I'm not sure. We're still working on that. The location is to be announced, but you can go to wow, did I say 4 W's? www.nbnbconference.com, and I'll put that in the thingy there. nbnbconference.com. Okay, so you guys can click on it and you can get some more information about that if you'd like to vend, or if you're just interested in attending, or if you may happen to have a topic that you would like to do a workshop about. You can definitely contact us about that. Also, we have a few businesses that I just want to give a quick shout out to. What one of my focuses here on the Solutions Show is to promote and support 500 Black-owned businesses in 1 year's time. It's very important to me that we support each other, not just with our mouths, but with our money and our wallets. Because without economical empowerment, we really can't grow and we really can't do anything, okay? So our dollar must circulate within our communities and must be able to provide food and clothing for another household. It must be able to help another household with bills. We have to circulate the dollar like that, instead of so much of our money going outside of our houses or outside of our communities and outside of our ethnicity. Okay, we have to take care of ourselves. So remember, I said that this was a show about us focusing on minding our own business. I want you to remember that always as we're talking about different things on the show, because I can't tell you what Indian people need to do. I can't tell you what Chinese people need to do. I can't tell you what South American people or French people need to do. But I can tell you what Black people need to do, because I'm Black people. Okay, so with that theme of promoting 500 BOB or Black-owned businesses, I'm just going to give a shout out to some of these businesses who announced themselves on my Facebook page today. So we have one that was called balancedwellnessnews.com, and the sister said it's about reconnecting a body back to nature, and they have sleep tools to help deepen the quality of sleep, all kinds of other details in there. I'm not going to go into the full explanation. Everybody's thinking, some of you wrote a nice little thing there. She has a phone number also. It's 571-418-2299. That's called balancedwellnessnews.com. Then we have another sister named Asara Rasset. She is the owner of a computer company. It's redcomcomputerservices.com. So there's REDCOM computerservices.com. Okay, she has also a telecommunications company that's redtelcommunications.com. And she has quite a few things going on, but I'm going to move to someone else. We have a sister who does hair. She's phenomenal, by the way. Rumesa Styles. She's a traveling hairstylist. The sister is super bad when it comes to sharp cut and some fly curls. I got to give her a whole complete shout out because I know her and she hooks my hair up. Give her a call, 267-433-8278. You guys would always look on my Facebook page and check out these different businesses. They're right there on my page, okay? Then we have Sakina Muslima, who has beautiful jewelry, all jewelry $5, paparazziaccessories.com/173563. You guys can go right on my page and check out these different businesses. Anissa Rose, so freaking good. Her food is so good. It really is so freaking good. I really taste it. It's really good. She caters. She does, she'll do commercial and individual catering. Just hit her up, 215-992-4071. Go to my page and check her out. A brother named Atiba Abdullah. He says he sells cars. And he has a phone number for if you want to buy a car. 410-240-6797. Excuse me, 410-240-6797. And then we have a brother named Ali who says that he has a business called Right Now Transportation. He said, you call, we haul, coast to coast, 26-foot box van. And a 53-foot trailer. Wow. So he says, inbox him for more info. You go on my page and you'll see his information. We have a sister named Nafisa Umjina. She says she's the owner, operator of a homeschool co-op for children in grades K to 12. Okay, and there is a flyer there. And on the flyer says 267-687-2934. It is a whole website there. And I need my glasses on. Okay, so I just wanted to give a quick little shout out to some of the businesses. I love y'all, and I want to support everybody as much as I can, and I want the people who watch to be able to connect with you all and support you all as much as they can as well. So again, we want to circulate that black dollar, okay? Because that black dollar is our power, okay? So back to the show. We have the lovely Miss Janay Muhammad as our guest co-host today. Hey, on Solutions Live. If you have some comments, questions, or whatever, you guys can chime in at any time. Comments, questions, whatever, that you want to add to. Anytime. I can see you guys right there. You just type it up on the screen and we'll address your concerns. So the next portion of the show, we kind of want to go over Black moms with businesses. It's a really good topic. Really fits both of us. If you don't know much about me, I have 10 children. That's a lot. Yes, I pushed them all out for the people who want to make the pushing thing with their hands, because people actually do that to me in public when they ask me how many children I have, and I say I have 10. They actually use the pushing notion with their hand motion. They actually do that with their hand. They ask me if I push them out. So I kindly tell them, yes, I did. My uterus knows. So anyway, sometimes I'd say, as a mom, owning multiple businesses, especially, and not just a mom, but a Black mom, because I hear about these stories of the little white mom who was at home with the little baby, and then she became $1 million business owner in like 2 weeks from selling yellow T-shirts that said sloppy on it or something. I don't know, So it is, it's always like that. And then we're like, that is not how it goes for us at all. So it is totally different being a black mom with a business versus just any old kind of mom, starting businesses. It is not the same at all. So, can you share some of your experiences? Tell us some of your experiences, juggling businesses and motherhood.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
First of all, I hate and love those stories. Like, I have a really serious love-hate relationship with those stories. About those white moms, those stay-at-home white moms with all the great mommy groups that they go to, and one day they just decided to blog about the stresses of their day. And I hate them because it's like, I can do that in my sleep, but I love them because I can do that in my sleep.
Right.
It's like, why didn't I just think of that?
Right.
monetizing what I do on a daily, as opposed to going, because how easy would that be? So I'm a doula.
Mm-hmm.
I have not, actually, I have a client who's doing February.
Mm-hmm.
We shall see, though, because it was my birth, it was weird timing. However, yes, she asked me to come help her in February. But
Mm-hmm.
you really have to have the heart to do that kind of work, because you leave your children for the better part of the day and or night.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're breastfeeding, and I think I've been breastfeeding every time I went to, except for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
There was 1 year since I started having children where I wasn't breastfeeding. I could go and do as I pleased and help when I needed to help. But yeah, when you're breastfeeding and you have to go help someone else give birth to a child,
Mm-hmm.
and your boobies are all huge and hurting, and you watching her put it, it's a very interesting dynamic.
Yeah.
Right there, that I'm sure you have encountered. That it is a hard thing having to leave your children. Sleep is non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
Everything someone has to say to you that isn't encouraging is annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And even some of the annoying things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're not careful, you could be angry every day, all day, but you still get your stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
You just make lists and pound it out.
Mm-hmm. Yep, basically.
And if you didn't love what you do, be it mom or work, having your own business, you would not do it.
Mm-hmm.
I know I wouldn't. My daughter's actually sitting in my face right now as I'm trying to be on this call.
Yep.
And they know I can't focus when they're around me.
Right. Yep. But that's how it goes anyway, you know? It's interesting.
It's hard. And it's frustrating because I'm trying to homeschool too. I'm having a hard time finding Black homeschool groups out here in Delaware.
Mm.
So I heard you say something about a homeschool co-op in Philadelphia. I got a card.
Okay. And there's another sister I know who's in Jersey too. She was just talking about it on Facebook on one of my posts maybe like a week ago. So I can connect you with her also. Zainabu. She said she has a co-op.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because we actually, I talked to you when I was in New Orleans. We were out there for 3 weeks because I needed a different kind of help with my children. And I don't, as far as owning businesses with children, if anyone I believe has mastered that or is at least on the brink of mastering that, is you.
Oh.
Asking you the questions. I shouldn't be on this call. Saying anything. I should be asking you, how do you do it?
Oh.
Where do you get the energy and the strength? What keeps you going every day?
That's interesting because first of all, I really thought you was going to say a different name. So I really thought you were going to say a different name, but I don't have a secret to anything because I'm barely hanging on by a thread. But one thing I wanted to say to those of you who are watching is that you got to understand that being a Black businesses, or even if it's one business, is a little bit more taskful than being a Black mom who has a 9-to-5. And I'm not downing anybody who has a 9-to-5, but I'm telling you that there is so much more work that you have to put into building a business versus going to work and then coming back home. When you're building your business, especially if it's something that it's your passion, you never quite stop doing it. It's not only 9-to-5. You know, like now, for instance, it's like, almost 8:00 in the evening and there's no chill button for me. I mean, I'm doing like 20 billion things at one time, to be honest with you. One of my businesses, I need to finish producing all the 1099 forms for my employees. So can you imagine the time, that it's going to take for me to put in there, and the accuracy and the diligence, because you can't mess up stuff like that, And it's bad enough being a business owner anyway, but then being a Black woman who's a Black person that's a business owner, a woman that's a business owner, a Muslim that's a business owner. So a Black Muslim business woman, that's a lot. And a mom. You know what I mean?
And a wife.
And that,
My husband has a business that I help him with. So on my laptop, I have his operating agreement that I have to finish.
Yeah. Yep. So there's layers.
There's no such thing as a 9 to 5. It's 24 hours a day. And when you want to sleep at night, you're thinking about the things you have to do the next day.
Yes. Absolutely.
So absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Because as I'm preparing for this show, so the show is not just I'm coming on here and I'm doing the show. When I do all those Facebook posts that you all see every day, all on the feed, up and down the timeline, there's a purpose for me doing the post, okay? Like McDonald's has their little setups all over the place, and you just see their golden arches and 20 billion commercials, but instead of me doing 20 billion commercials, I am gaining an audience and a following in a different way. So there's a reason why I do all of those posts every day. So it's necessary, actually. There's a purpose to it. There's a purpose, and there's even a foundation for it. And it helps with the show. The show is helping to give more recognition and giving information and knowledge about all kinds of things for our lives, and to help benefit all of us as a community, because that's something that I believe in. My goal, my passion is to help and save my people. It is truly my passion. It's one of the reasons that I'm a midwife. It's one of the reasons that I have this show. It's one of the reasons that I'm an herbalist. It's one of the reasons that I sell healthier coffee, that I sell meal replacement shakes. It's, you know what I mean? It's the reason that I do almost anything that I do, is because I want to help my people. I love my people. And so I don't see where I can live in a world, or my children can live in a world in the future, where everything is exactly still the same. The condition of our people is exactly still the same. So in order for me to do that, there's so many layers of things that I need to do. So all of it is for a purpose. However, I'm, as thin as butter, being spread out, trying to do all these things at one time and be mom. And I have a newborn also that's 5 months. So, it's taxful. I have an old 2 grandbabies, then the 18-year-old and the 16-year-old, and it just goes down. So there's so many people. There's 7 girls and 3 boys. Those are a lot of people. And even when they're not all here, still a lot of people. Let me tell you how my 13-year-old, she will text me at about 2 o'clock in the morning, because these people never sleep. I don't know why they're not sleep. I have to tell them, don't text me at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But they don't sleep, and they will text me. So, it doesn't even matter that it's the middle of the night anymore. I can be out doing something very productive, and they'll call me or text me to ask me to bring back ice cream. So it doesn't end, it doesn't end.
No, but that's the sweet stuff. And then how you're seen out in the public is different depending on who it is that sees you. For instance, when I go out, I look crazy, like I look dumb when I go out with all my children. And see, I feel stupid even telling stories, because you have 10 children.
But it's still your story.
I'm telling you, I got 2 actually. But when I go out into the world, I have meetings or grocery shopping, or today we had doctor's appointments. I look ridiculous.
No.
Walking around with my 3 children under 5, who, they're still at the age where they're exploring. They don't listen that well. They want to do what they want to do. They're whining and crying whenever they don't get what they want. So today we went out, and this is something that's said to me often by white women. They always look at me, see me walk around with my car seat in the cart, and my 3-year-old in the front seat of the cart, and my 5-year-old hanging on the side of the cart, and they look at me pushing with all my groceries in my hands, like, oh my goodness, you have your hands full. I don't know what it is about that phrase, but I want to smack every white woman who keeps telling me that.
And they say it more than anybody else. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
More than anybody else. I came in contact with a black woman. Me looking just as flustered, getting my stuff all together, look like I don't know what I'm doing. Whatever. I've come to understand that's just how I'm going to look for the next 5 to 6, 7, 8 years. I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm completely fine. I'm not even ashamed. I don't even get embarrassed anymore by the meltdowns in the middle of the store. Nope, I'm okay. Or I got to go to a meeting and I'm breastfeeding. Okay, cool. Michelle Obama made me feel okay with that.
It is what it is.
But I came, black woman, I'm at the ShopRite. She comes and she always says, you need some help?
Oh.
You need me to put the baby in it, etc. Matter of fact, she talked to my lead while I was trying to figure out, because the cart was small and my car seat is big and it wasn't really fitting in the cart. So she talked to my daughter, keeping her stationary while I was trying to figure out how to get my son and the baby in the cart at the same time, which was such a helpful thing for her not to know me and it not to be like animosity between black women, right? Very, especially because I'm sure she was a mother too, because there's something about when you come in contact with another black mother, it's just a different relationship. Yeah. That same shopping trip on the way out of the ShopRite, the white woman was like, "Oh my goodness, you got your hands full, huh?" Yes. Thank you. I can see. Both of my hands are full. You don't have to keep telling me, thank you, I appreciate. That's like telling me, you know, I got a knife in my shoulder and you tell me, oh my gosh, you bleeding. Obviously, thank you. I can see that. I can feel it. Right. I appreciate it. Right. So all of it gets frustrating, but at the end of the day, when you see the fruits of your labor come to bear, you know, you had that meeting and now suddenly you have this funding, or you went and did this breastfeeding peer group and a teenager came up to you talking about, I decided to breastfeed my baby because you inspired me, or you go to a child, something with your children and your 5-year-old is singing or counting to 10 in Spanish, and the teachers are looking at her like, wow, I didn't know she could do that. Yes, because I put in that work every day. I put in that work. We do homeschool. We do study. I do work. Listen, we put in that work every single day, no matter how many times people are frustrating me, no matter how much my children are getting on my nerves, no matter how much my hair falls out. We put in that work. However, I also want to say on the back of that, and my sister says this all the time, how as black women we burden ourselves, thinking that we have to do all the work, because a lot of times we do have to do all the work. Self-care is so important, or you will lose your mind. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I found that to be true. And I went through all of that, and of course, you know, plus a few more children added on. And I remember being in the supermarket with 5 and 6 children, and people saying the same thing. All those children, yours, their eyes popping out of their heads, and you know, one thing that always annoyed me, and to this day, people still ask me this question, and even though it's a little insulting and even slightly disrespectful, I understand that they don't know any better, so I try not to take. I try not to be offended openly, you know, or obviously. But I'm always annoyed whenever I have a client, or for any of my services. You know, I'm a midwife, guys. If you don't know that, I'm a midwife, I'm a doula, childbirth educator. You know, I have several different businesses that I own where I service other people. Okay, and whenever people call me to book appointments for anything, whether it's purchasing products, whether it's services that I provide, anything, I have many people who will actually ask me, well, you know, you have all the children. I mean, are you going to have a babysitter? How are you going to be able to do blah, blah, blah? And I'm always flustered by the question, because What do you think I'm going to do with my children? When you go to work every day, don't you do something with your children? Does your boss have to ask you, are you going to have a babysitter? You know, I mean, it's a ridiculous question. It's like, what do you think is I'm going to have a sitter. Or maybe I'm going to lock the kids in the basement. Okay. Is that what you want to hear? I'm going to tape them to the wall and I'll be back. I'll shove bread in their mouth. They'll be good. Okay.
And sometimes you want to.
And sometimes I really want to.
Sometimes you want to. You wouldn't do it. But sometimes you do want to put them down. Go sit somewhere.
You don't even know. But it's ridiculous though when people ask you what you're going to do with your children. I provide a professional service. I provide, professional products and things like that. So, no, my children. You think I'm coming to your birth with 6 children? No, that's not gonna. First of all, what mother wants to bring all of her children with her to do business anyway? What mother?
True. You know I've had to do that though.
When you have to, right? That's one thing. But what we choose to do, and we sometimes there's push come to shove situations, Sometimes there's situations where you have to unfortunately bring all the children, do blah, 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 because it is what it is, and we got to, get it in, right? But majority of the time when we're providing services in here, we are like, no, we have a sitter. Somebody's watching those babies, whether it's the daddy, whether it's the grandmama, auntie, or uncle, somebody, or the sibling, somebody's watching the other children. And even if there's an issue where last minute emergency calls, and you have to bring your children with you somewhere, that's the exception, not the norm. That's the thing that happens because it's an emergency, because there is an exception to the rule. That's not the normal thing that we do as Black moms, business owners. And I think there's really a huge lack of respect for Black women who own businesses and who are moms. I think it's just looked at as if, oh, we just got some businesses and we just hustle because we're just trying to make a dollar. And by the way, I got to acknowledge this quick little thing that I always say. I really can't stand when people say hustle and grind. And people say this to me all the time. Oh, Aishia, I love your hustle. Oh, you always grinding. Let me tell y'all why. Let me tell you why I hate those words, okay? 1, hustle. Hustle is when you're trying to make a quick dollar. Just trying to make it quick. That quick dollar don't last. It don't last. You hustle. All you do is make just enough. You just get by. That's your hustle, right? Even though I hear wealthy people now say it too, I still don't like it. In my mind, it has a negative notation on it, especially coming from the hood. And then we say grind. First of all, grind directly is a term that you use when I'm grinding pepper, okay? When you grind salt, when you grind garlic, that means you're taking something that's bigger and turning it into something lesser, something smaller, okay? You're taking something and turning it into nothing or little to nothing when you grind. So to me, I don't want to grind. I don't want to turn something into lesser or nothing. You know what I mean? I want to build. And so I always say that, no, I'm a builder. I'm not a hustler. I'm not a grinder. I'm a builder. And the difference between that, being a builder and a hustler and a grinder, to me, is that I'm trying to build an empire. I am in the motions of building an empire. I am in the motion of building a legacy for my children. Those 10 children will see that their mother worked and she built and she laid down a foundation, and they will be like, yeah, our mom did blah, blah, blah. And then we have to pass that on to our children and their children. And most of us, the reason we don't know our grandmother and our great-grandmother and our grandfather and our great-great-great-great-great-grandfather is because none of them did anything significant enough for us to remember them. Nobody passed on the knowledge of them or what they did. And it may not go back but so far in generations. Oh, we lost her, I think. It may not go back so far in generations before we realize that we're going back towards the area and time frame of slavery. However, the fact of the matter is still that if we go back one generation, maybe 2 generations, and that is Okay, we got disconnected, so that
I did.
she's rejoining us. But even if we only go back a generation or two, the reason why we don't know those people in our families because they didn't leave a legacy, they didn't leave anything behind. No, I'm not penalizing them. There's plenty of reasons why it didn't happen, but in most of our families, that's not what we're coming from. So I want to break that habit. I want to break that pattern, break that cycle, and do something different for my children. And so by me being a builder, I know that the average millionaire has like about 7 different streams of income. Okay. And why is that? Because you want one income to feed the other, one business to feed the other. You want to allow your money to make money for you. You want to make your money be a slave to you versus you being a slave to your money. So knowing that I need to build on that wealth principle like that, that means I need to keep my options open. I need to continuously build so that at some point, you keep laying, you have this brick, then that brick, then that brick, then that brick, and you keep building. You might have like 10, 20 bricks laid out, and then 8, to 15 or something like that, bricks on the next level. Then you'll have to lay less bricks by the time you get to the top of that pyramid like that. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be less bricks, and before you know, you'll have a foundation of this perfectly shaped. And I'm just using pyramid because I love that. That's our thing. But you have this beautifully shaped pyramid that you built, and 1,000 years later, people still won't know how you built it. And so that's in my mind. That's the image just in my mind, building this phenomenal pyramid for my children, leaving that legacy, so that 1,000 years later, they're still living off of that. My progeny, my lineage is still living off of that and eating off of that. So
yeah.
I think it's necessary. It's important. It's essential. It's an obligation for me that I establish those businesses in that way. And like Janay, even when we connect with other mothers, all the time. We speak to other mothers who are also business owners, and many times I don't even see the ladies period, just like supporting each other. Many of the moms, like you said, homeschool, all kinds of things. And listen, everybody swap out this Saturday. Maybe this mom has a business meeting or some clients or whatever she has to do. Maybe the other moms babysit for her. It should be some type of awesome co-op system for us Black moms who have all these businesses, really. Because
there definitely should. Mm-hmm. There definitely should. But I wonder though, if that's not happening,
mm-hmm.
because and this is kind of the same in birth work. Mm-hmm. Everybody has their own thing going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So with everyone doing their thing and wanting to be that one, it makes it hard for you to mm-hmm. really want to connect with somebody else.
Yeah.
And build a network.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to want to have somebody that wants to be that one who, okay, I started this network. So we have to get out of that mental thinking that, I'm going to be the one and get more into that mm-hmm. unifying with our own.
Yeah.
Accept your own and be yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I really like that you talked about building, especially when it came to lineage.
Mm-hmm.
Because you remind me of a time where my mother gave me all of our family pictures. Mm-hmm. So I decided to put them together to see if I could make a family tree.
Mm-hmm.
In my family tree,
mm-hmm.
with the exception of my dad, there are no fathers in it.
Mm.
There are all women having to, and I'm going to use this term because it was fast funny, they had to hustle and grind
mm-hmm.
to take care of their families.
Mm-hmm.
The money didn't last. We weren't able to leave anything for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And there were no men in these families.
Right.
Children just magically appeared.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And I kind of feel like building these businesses, building these families, and building these empires
mm-hmm.
is very, very heavily based on building our communities
mm-hmm.
and our families.
Yes.
how, regardless of how your family is set up, sticking together as much as you can to build what you need to build.
Yeah.
That's so important. So important. You can't just leave it the way that it was. And it's been made this way, again, going back to Birth versus Black, from a whole bunch of generational stuff that has caused us to be the way we are now.
Yeah. Yeah. And
even that leads to infant mortality rate.
Yeah, it does. It does, because what's happening is we're not able to, take care of ourselves properly. We don't make the money. We don't eat well. We don't sleep well. You're always stressed out about making money, things like that. So, money and the lack of money actually causes a whole lot of issues, and not just, homelessness, but, mental issues, emotional issues,
Yeah.
We really have to. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
My son is doing some extravagant things.
Oh, baby boy. So
he is not he's a grown man in a little boy's body. He is.
So
I don't argue as much with my husband as I argue with him.
I can believe it. Definitely. My little 3-year-old, she's a doozy like that. And she's very assertive, so she'll tell me what she wants all the time. And she speaks in third person for some reason. Her name is Sabby. Her name is Sabby Coon. We call her Sabby for short. And she will say, Sabby wants a sandwich. Sabby wants a banana. Well, she doesn't speak in third person as much.
Cultivate these assertions into, and they become grown adults to say, okay, EJ wants the house. This is my plan to get it. EJ
Right.
wants to buy this land. This is my plan to get that. EJ's going to buy his mother an island.
I hear that.
Putting that out there in the ether. What are the steps I need to get this?
Yep.
Maybe that's our job.
Yeah.
As the mothers who are but doing what we need to do on businesses and taking care of our families. In order to break the chain, we have to put it in our babies.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. And one thing that's really helped me not only understand who I am better, but also make me understand how to mother better is actually having so many children. So the irony is that having so many children it could drive you nuts. It can allow you for less time to do the things that you want to do for yourself and all of those things, right? But on the plus side, I got a chance to really see my different personalities in different people and see it be brought out and magnified in each one of them in a different way. And then each one of them has these different strengths. And like my 11-year-old, she's like this brilliant philosopher. And I mean, just since she's been about 2 years old, you explain to her a situation and then she hits you back with this spin on it. Like she really took it in for a few seconds and she really thought about it before she spoke out of her mouth. And whatever she's going to say out of her mouth might leave your jaw drop wide open, because she's going to say something so profound and so intelligent, it may go over your head for a few seconds. And I'm like, it's so amazing. This is the little girl who started walking at 8 months, and she would not talk until she was about a year, almost a year and a half. And at first I thought something was wrong with this child. And then she went from not talking to saying like a whole sentence. And then literally in like a week's time, saying everything that she had been thinking ever since the day she was born. It was so, I'm just, it's awesome. It's awesome learning them. But I see also that they get a chance to absorb everything that I do. And I know that it's so important that I make sure that they see what I do and that I teach them what I do as far as business, as far as economical growth and development, as far as personal growth and development. All of those things are very important. And when they see that, I notice that the children do different things. Like, for instance, my 18-year-old, I was listening to the audiobook Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I was listening to that a lot, and actually I still listen to it a lot. It's a great book to master and study if you are planning to build businesses and build your empire. It's a great book to study. I mean, all the greats have studied this book, you know, like Oprah, Jay-Z, all these people, okay? Everybody studies this book because the ideology is that you don't really have to put as much hard work, physical labor into your business as you think. You just have to think it first, okay? Because the law of attraction is real. So Think and Grow Rich. So anyway, she saw me listen to this book, this audio book, all the time. All these motivational videos, Les Brown and all these people, right? So one day I just noticed she was reading Think and Grow Rich. And I'm like, I never told her, I didn't tell her about it. I didn't tell her to get it, but she went to the library, got it on her own, and she started to read this book. And I didn't know that she paid attention to me so much, but she really does. And, you know, when I sit down and have conversations with her, I'm hearing her different things that are just basic wealth principles. That, like, we didn't really have a formal conversation about this, you know, just, you know, and then they just absorb everything, you know. So how we do business, what we do for business, how we do business, how we build our businesses, all of that stuff directly and indirectly affects our children and the people around us, because what happens is we're teaching them how to be businessmen and women. You know, my son who's 16, he's very much a little teenager guy of his word. He keeps his word no matter what. And he's great with negotiating, but he will never burn you in business. He will never burn you. If you tell him you're going to give him $1, so you can go to the store and you give him $5, he's going to give you all of your change back, and you let you give him what he's owed. You know, he's never going to burn you any money. And I do believe that it's because they've always seen me build justice in business. You know, so how we do business is quite important, and especially in the eyes of our children, because they are watching us. So I've seen quite a few other, you know, moms out there with businesses, and I've heard a little bit of everything. We see the Facebook posts too, where, you know, people are like, "Oh, the sister burnt me out of my money," and people are making a big announcement and things like that. But I mean, it's sad, but the bottom line is that also not all of us know how to do business. And honestly, not all of us should own businesses. Some of us just need to support each other.
Yeah. Everyone is a business owner. I don't think I'm a better, what's the word? I can help people shoot their businesses to the sky. Actually, that probably should be my business.
There you go.
Like, you need someone, okay, I need a project analyst, or I need someone to learn how to do this and help me. Okay, I am a great person at doing that.
Yeah.
For some reason, I think I'm a horrible business owner. Like, I get clients, but maybe it's just in my own head, I don't think I'm a good business owner. Which your thoughts are everything. So I need to fix that, right?
Yeah. And you shouldn't think that, because it's not true. It's not true. It's not true at all. I mean, you got to think highly of yourself anyway, so that you can show value, you know, that's a whole nother topic too for a lot of us moms with businesses. We devalue ourselves. We devalue our own businesses. We don't even have to wait for the people to do it. We do it to ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
And we got to stop. own what it is that you do, own your talent, own your skill, and run with it and be like, I'm okay with being dope. You know what I mean? I'm okay with owning this dope business, making this dope money, and having dope clients or customers and products or whatever it is. Be okay with it. Own it.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's my new t-shirt. I'm okay with being dope.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Boom. And a t-shirt was born.
I'm about to say, if I do make a t-shirt and sell the t-shirt, I'm going to have to forward you some of the proceeds.
Oh, awesome.
That is your idea.
And just put like a little AM at the end. There you go. At the bottom. But I mean, listen, you gotta be proud of your works. Be proud of what you do. You know what I mean? Promote it like with certainty. With certainty. That's what it is. Promote it with certainty. Don't have doubt, sure about our abilities to be able to be good businesswomen. So no, we don't have doubt. Just move forward and stand in your position of what it is that you do for a living. I've had people in the time that I've had many businesses, I always have critiques. And I value everybody's opinion, but however, everybody's opinion is just their opinion. And really the opinion that counts the most when it comes to me and my businesses is my own. And then the people who I service, and then everybody else is just, spectators, So what we need to do is actually invest into each other's business financially before we just keep investing into each other's business verbally. Because those words mean nothing when we're not even helping each other to maintain our businesses. So, this brother, this sister, whoever over here, there, and a third may have something to say about what you do for a living, but they're not willing to put money into your pocket to help you expand your business, to help you grow it, to make it look better, be worded better, to promote it, advertise for it, whatever. So, forget the words, they say money talks. That's what we need to listen to. That's what we need to hear is your dollar bill,
Right.
So I think that kind of coming to sum up some of the stuff is that, one, we need to really support so many of the moms out here, so many of the Black moms who are holding it. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm tired. I'm just a sleepy mom. I need a nap. So, we need to really support each other and hold each other down as far as spending money with each other's businesses, which is why you all see me do those posts here and there. And I do them kind of often where I ask for you to drop the names of those Black-owned businesses, where I ask you to let us know what you have on sale, what you have on clearance, how can we support you. I really mean that when I'm posting those posts. I really want you guys to share that because we need to know who's out there. That's another issue. If you don't advertise, we don't know you're out there. And, do business well with each other. Don't underhand people. Stop this, underhandedness and slick stuff where you're conning people out of their money and not giving them the services or products that they pay for, things like that. So do better business. When it comes to our children, if you are a customer or a client or whatever, stop asking us about our babysitter situation. Assume that we have a sitter, okay? And if we don't, then we will explain what the deal is. But assume better. Assume better. That means put value on us, respect us, okay? It's not just some little rinky-dink business. We're trying to grow ourselves. We're trying to develop ourselves. We're trying to grow these empires and build this wealth. And then lastly, I'd say, and this is going to kind of go to the men, actually. Support the women. whether it's the husbands or the brothers or the uncles or the cousins or the fathers, whoever, friends and family, whatever, the men need to also support the women, because if they're black, there are some black dads running around here too, you know?
Right.
So, you know, the babies didn't get here by themselves. So, you know, we need the men to support the women more in the businesses, cross supporting. And what I mean by that is that you're not just going to support only your wife and only your sister and only your mother, but support the other sisters who are around you in your communities and neighborhoods who have businesses. When I say sisters, I'm not only mean Muslims, so I just mean black women. Okay. So support these ladies, support these women, because they need support. If she is, excuse me, if she is a single mother and she does not have a male counterpart, then yeah, everybody needs to pitch in. It takes a village, and we need to stop neglecting that ideology. It takes a village to raise these children. It is not a very easy task to raise not one human being, but 2 or 3 or 4 or more. It's not a very easy task. You're dealing with so many different things with that. So salute these women and give them value, assist them in every way possible, including with your wallet. That is so essential and so important.
If I may.
Yes.
Can I? Sure. I also want to, Molly, 1 second, okay? I also want to commend the dads, the husbands, the uncles, and the brothers who are supporting their women. Because I tell you what, my husband, I've been married to him for, this will be year 10.
Oh, congratulations.
And I know, right? I was like, oh, shoot, we getting old.
Yay. But black love, y'all.
There are many things I would not have been able to do if he wasn't holding it down. So right now, you're supposed to be upstairs with your daddy. Like there were many things I wouldn't have been able to do if he wasn't there. There were things that I don't think I would have had the courage to do if he wasn't supportive and encouraging.
Right.
There you go. And I believe there are a lot of brothers like him out there doing that same thing. So I just want to commend the brothers who are supporting us and encouraging us and helping us to get to be the God selves that we are aspiring to be, or open up whatever talents that we need to discover within ourselves. Commend those brothers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And on the other end of that, let's also commend all the black moms out here who are just doing the thing, and the black moms who have businesses out here who are consistent in your business, and you are striving to make it what you need it to be. Continue to follow your goals and follow your dreams, and never let anybody take you off your course. Never let anything take you off your focus. There will be distractions. There will be rocks in the road. There will be bricks thrown at you. There will be quote unquote haters, but keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You guys don't even know how many challenges I had tonight before getting on air on this show, but this is a dream of mine, having this show. And it's been about a good 18 years in the making. I've always wanted to have a show. And although this is not the original platform that I wanted to use to have the show, it still is my dream. And it was a passion of mine, and it's important to me. And even if it's not important to everybody else in the world, it's important to me. And if it's important to me, then that means I can't stop and I can't quit. And so I need you all to take that same attitude with everything that you are passionate about. All of your dreams, do not get sidetracked. We are moms, yes. But being a mom is not the only thing you are in your life. It is not end all be all. If that's all you want to do, then that's fine. But if you are a black mom with a business, then you know that that's not all you want to do. And you have dreams and aspirations and goals, and go for them. Don't stop. Don't quit. Keep going. Keep going. So, one more time, I want to let you guys know about that conference, the Natural Birth, Natural Body Conference. in May 17th through the 19th coming up. Ladies, it's an all-women's conference. We're going to have a great time. Beautiful workshops, great food, and awesome shopping in our Saucony marketplace. Go to www.nbnbconference.com. Also, let me see if I can get back up here. Also, go check out the preview for the film Birth vs. Black on www.birthvsblack.com. And both of those links are right in the comments for the on the live feed right here on Facebook. So you can go ahead and look at those links. Make sure that you check out the preview for that film. Is dope, y'all. So thank you to the lovely, gorgeous, beautiful Janay Muhammad. I love you so much. Thank you for being our guest co-host today. And you have any final thoughts or words you'd like to say before we go off air?
I did, and I think I lost them.
Oh, motherhood.
Oh, I do. Okay. I don't know if anybody, for those who know me personally, I love Will and Jada Pinkett. Like, I love them. I love their relationship. So something that Jada Pinkett has said on her little 20-minute show, which I think is so cute, was that we are not born into this world to be nobody's wife. We're not born into this world to be anybody's mother. Originally, you're born into this world to be you, however great you aspire to be. That is what we are born into this world to be. You just happen to become somebody's mother, and you become somebody's wife. But you were originally born as Aishia, or as Janay, or as EJ, who is asking me for a whole bunch of stuff while I'm on the phone. So yeah, that was my little tidbit. So also, please check out the trailer for Birth vs. Black. It is coming. However long it takes, please don't ask me anymore. It's coming.
I'm going to ask her, y'all. I'm going to ask her again. Because I'm excited about it. And I watched her go from state to state. So what she just said a little while ago in the show, how she went to all these different states, I talked to her numerous amount of times, and she was talking about where she was going next. So she put work in for that. So yeah, I'm going to harass her because I'm her sister and I love her. And I can't wait to see the film. So yeah, we're going to look forward to that video, Black versus Birth. Birth versus Black. It's right in front of my face, and I said it the other way around. Why do I don't know. Birth versus Black, guys. Okay, so we're looking forward to that really soon. And before we go off air, I just want to give you guys a great affirmation for tonight. I want you to look yourself in the mirror, ladies, especially you ladies out there, whether you're a mom or a mom and a business owner, or just a business owner, a wife, whatever it is whatever it is. Okay. I want you to look in the mirror tonight and remember, I am not who I see now. I am who I am becoming. I'm going to say that again. I am not who I see now. I am who I am becoming. You are not only your current circumstances, ladies. You are not only your current circumstances. Look beyond that, okay? So that's my last word for tonight. And I appreciate everyone listening, everyone watching. Check us out again next Thursday for the Solutions Live show at 7 p.m. You look for our advertisements. I'll be advertising for it all week, inshallah. Thanks again for joining us. Thanks again to the lovely Janay Muhammad. And as always, I'm going to let y'all know I love y'all all, and take care. Have a great night. Peace. Assalamu alaikum.
Yay!
what's not